Hello friends, welcome to SQL Practical Question video series. Here is another interesting question that I have received from one of the subscriber. First let me explain what is the question is about, then I will show you how to implement this logic using SQL. So we have a table which contains the swipe in and swipe out information of each employee on daily basis. For example, suppose if an employee logs into the organization at 10 a.m. So he will just go and swipe in while he logging in. So it will put one entry into this table. So after some time, suppose if he logs out from the development center, so it will put one more entry saying that punch out. So then after a lunch break, suppose if he go and swipes in again, so it will put one more entry saying that punch in. Then after some time he is taking a tea break. So let's say there is one more entry like punch out, and again he is logging in, it is like punch in, and finally he is logging out of the day. So that is the last entry, that is punch out. So basically what happens here is that, so he is punching in and punching out. So there is a time which he spends in the workplace and there is a time which he spent for a break. For example, a coffee break or like a lunch break. So now the expectation is, so given this table contains the swipe in and swipe out information of each employee, the expectation is we need to write a query to find out what is the total number of hours he spent in office, out of which how much hour he spent in the work time and how much hours he spent in the break time. For example, in this case, like Ravi logs in at 10 o'clock and logs out at 6 o'clock. So the total time spent by Ravi is 8 hours, out of which 1 hour he spent during the lunch break and 1 hour he spent during something like 4:30 to 5:30 for a tea break. So total break time is 2 hours. So the total time is 8 hours, work timing is 6 hours, and break timing is 2 hours. So this is the expectation. So now let me tell you what is the logic I am going to follow to find it out. So it is very simple. Anytime an employee spends from in to out, for example in this case in to out, so this is the work timing. Let's say this is work, and any time he spends from out to in, so in this case out to in, so here it is like 1 hour and here it is like 1 hour. So this is like break time. So basically what we are going to do is we are just going to use the punch in and punch out to find it out the time between in to out and find the time between out to in, and we are just going to do the summation of everything to get the total break time, to get the total work time, and when we sum up both the work time and break time, we will get the total time he spent in the office. Fine. Now let's see how to implement this logic using SQL. So I'm creating the table called time tracker and I'm just populating all these information into this table. So let me just query from this table. Let's say select star from time underscore tracker. So we get all this information. So by default the date will get displayed with whatever the format is specified in the NLS date format. Suppose if you want to see the time also, let us change the session format parameter. Let's say alter session set NLS date format equal to whatever the format we want. Let's say DD month YYYY hour minute second, let's say AM. So now let me just query back so that we will be able to see all the time, because our intention is to display all this information in terms of hours. Fine. So now I am querying from the table, that is from the time tracker table. So let us select all the column. Let's say ename, punch description and punch time. So basically if we get the in time and out time in the same row, then it is easy for us to subtract the informations. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the lag function so that we'll just bring one row in the first row and the second row. For example, this specific row, if I bring it in the second row, I'll be able to get the in and the out time in the same row. That's what I'm going to do. So lag of punch time comma 1. It's not necessary to give 1 because the default is 1, but still we can give, let's say over partition by ename, then let's say order by punch time. So what will happen is we will get the in time here, so that we will get both in time and the out time in the same row. So let me just give alias like pt, something like punch time. Very similar to this, I'm just bringing in the punch description also, so that we will know like the in and out in the same section. So now if you see here, so here is the in time, that is the person logs in at 9 o'clock and he swipes out at 11:30, that is the punch out. Next, he punch out at 11:30, then he logs in back again at 11:45. Next, he logs in at 11:45 and again swipes out at 12:30. So now that we have got like the in time and out time in the same row, so then it is easy for us to subtract it. Fine. Let me just rearrange it for a better understanding or a clarity for myself. So I'm just putting the column here. Then I'm just going to put it like this. Okay. So now we got something like in and in time. So let me just rearrange it. First let us get the description, then let us get the time. So here is the in time. So here is the in, here is the out. Then out, here is the in. So whenever there is an, whatever the time he spent between in to out, that is here and here, right? Whatever the time he spends between in to out, that is the time he spent in the workplace. Similarly, whatever the time he spends between out to in, something like this, right? That is the time he spent for the break time. So this is the logic we are going to use. So based on this, so whenever it starts with in, that means it is a workplace. Whenever it is like out, it is like a break time. So let us use the same logic here. Let's say case when I am saying when the description is in, or you can use this column also, whatever is fine. So I'll say case when this description equal to in, then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to subtract both the timings, that is out time minus in time. So out time is nothing but the punch time minus the actual in time. So let me copy paste the in time. Let me say end. So this is the, let's say work time, or let me say work underscore time. Right, now let me execute the query. So now what this number it is giving is, this is the day he spent in the work time. For example, 0.1 day. So let us convert this into a number of hours. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to multiply this by 24 into 24. So we got that. So 2.5 hours, 0.75 hours. So here it is like 0.4999. So better to use the round. So let me say round off this one, comma 2. Right. So now we got the work time. So this is the time he spent on the work. Very similar to this, let us compute the break time also. So same thing, I'm just copy pasting. So instead of in, I'm just giving out, that is from out to in. Now I'm going to compute these specific rows, right? So same thing, I'm just using out. So now if you see, so let me just give alias like break time. Right, now if you see, we computed the work time and we computed the break time here. For example, in case of Ravi, he has taken actually 2 breaks, like 1 hour break. So now anyway, all these informations we are not interested. This and all I just showed you just for understanding only. So all these things, let me just comment it out. This is not needed. Similarly, this is also not needed. This is also not needed. We are just interested in an employee name and what is the time he spent in the work and what is the time he spent in the break. So in fact, we can remove all these things. Fine. So now we got the employee name, work time, break time. So basically we just need to aggregate this for each employee. That's it. So let me just make an outer query saying that select ename, comma, work time, comma, break time from the inner query. So we just need to add both these time so that we will get the total time. So let me say work time plus break time. Whenever there is a null value, it will result in null value. So let's handle the null here. Let's use the NVL function. So if work time is null, let's consider it as 0. Similarly, if break time is null, let us consider it as 0, so that we'll get the total time. Let me just give alias like total time, right? So let me just bring this total time here. So employee name, total time, followed by work time, followed by break time. So now we just need to aggregate all these things. So employee name comma sum of total time, similarly sum of work time, similarly sum of break time. So let's give alias like this is break time, sum of work time as work time. Since we are using aggregate function, let me say group by employee name. Yeah, that's it. So we just got the total time spent by each employee, and the total time we actually divided into like work time and break time. In fact, this query can be implemented in multiple logic. This is one such way, and I would suggest you to try different methods, and please post your queries in the comment section so that it will be very helpful for the subsequent readers. If you want any questions to be answered, you can post it in the comment section, or you can drop to this mail ID. But before that, you can check whether a similar question has already been answered as part of the subscriber question series or as part of the interview question series. If you're not able to find your question here, please write back to me. I'll be happy to record and post as a new video. If you have learned something new, please like this video, subscribe and stay tuned for new feature video, interview question, SQL practical question, concept videos and performance tuning videos. And thanks a lot for watching this video. Please click the bell icon if you want to receive instant notification whenever new videos are uploaded into this channel. Thank you.